Five Nights at Freddy's. That's where I wanna be.
Hello, everybody. The kid with the most annoying voice in human history here. Well, that's probably not true, but you have to admit my voice is a little annoying to listen to. But today, I'm gonna be making an interesting video, and what you're watching right now is the scariest part of the FNAF game Security Breach for me, and it's still not that scary. And that's kind of what I'm talking about here is how I think FNAF overall is not scary in the slightest anymore, and I consider it to be more of science fiction. So first off, we're going to look at FNAF 1 and what made it so scary in the original 4 games. The first game, there was a sense of dread because you were alone. There was not much sound. There weren't too many characters making everything overly complicated. It was just the main 4 animatronics and you alone in a room that you can't get out of. The darkness and the reality of it. Like, you can see that Security Breach, look at how cartoony it is. It doesn't look real in the slightest. Look at the hands. It doesn't fit in with the franchise, in my opinion, overall. And that's what makes the original game so scary, is the realism of it, and also the aspect of mystery, because in the first few games, you don't entirely know what's going on, especially in the first game, since there is no real mini-games telling us the lore and the backstory. That doesn't happen until the second game. Of course, the phone guide does tell us about some stuff, but it doesn't reveal much, and so it's kind of a mystery of why these characters are coming after you, and why, how they're there, and what they are exactly. And I think that's what makes it the creepiest, is the sense of mystery for me. I became a FNAF fan in early 2016, but I still, playing the original game, it is the scariest to me. Very close to FNAF 4. But the problem with FNAF 4 is that it almost feels like it's trying to be too scary. Like it's trying to be too obviously scary. Most people would say that's the scariest, but for me it's a bit overly scary to be scary. Like it's trying too hard. The razor teeth and all that. It's creepy, but it's supposed to be a nightmare. That is a realistic thing a kid would see after a traumatizing event like that. Like Nightmare Fredbear, the bite.
The little man said he wants to give Fredbear a big kiss? On 3, 1, 2. Was that the bite of 87?
Of 83, of course you would see a bunch of teeth all over him after getting his head chomped in his dreams, in his coma. But I feel like it's still a little bit too much, and it's not as scary as the first one. Also because there is little mini games kind of breaking up the tension. But it's still scary on its own right, and it's still, I think, one of the last scary FNAF games. Now we're gonna move on to FNAF 6. It's probably the least scary of the original 6 games. It's almost all of it's a pizzeria simulator, like a cartoony tycoon game almost. And then, like, after you get done building, you go sit in a kind of generic FNAF setting. But I will say the ending is great, and that's where I leave the franchise for me. I don't consider any of the other games to be canon after that, other than UCN, since that's William in Hell. But yeah, I don't care. Again, this is another thing, is how stupid it's also making it less scary because of how stupid the story has gotten, and how convoluted it's gotten with the video games and AI and computer chips. It's just really overdone and unnecessary, and just dragging on forever, it seems like. Look at Security Breach right here. There's no sense of dread. There's no tension to the jump scares. Yeah, if you already know you're getting chased, then you can already prepare for the jump scare, and it's not creepy, it's not scary, it's not out of nowhere because you see it coming.
Hi, please take this map.
And that's a problem with a free roam FNAF game, is that there's no sense of being alone, even though you are. There's too much control, and it doesn't leave you feeling like you're trapped and helpless. You feel like you can easily escape, and you can see the jump scares coming.
Hi, please take this map.
And then the fact that it's cartoony, and then the characters talk, and the AI game set thing in the Ruin game, it just overall combines to be not scary in the slightest, and that's really what has ruined the franchise for me. It's become more of a kids franchise. Appeals more to kids. It tries to be a little scary, but it doesn't leave much meat on the table. So yeah, the franchise is really not scary in the slightest.
Hi, please take this map.